Dame Esther Rantzen, a journalist, TV presenter, visionary campaigner. You presented That's Life for 21 years, followed by your own talk show, Esther. You're also patron or vice president of 55 charities. And of course, you've founded your own charities, Childline, and in more recent years, the Silver Line, set up to give advice, information, and most importantly, combat loneliness in older people. Dame Esther, how are you finding lockdown is affecting your charities?
Well, it's a huge challenge because in both cases, Childline and the Silver Line, there's more demand. The demand on our helplines has gone up, and Childline also has online services, counselling and emails and that sort of thing. And lockdown has affected the old and the young. But at the same time, of course, we've had to cancel events, fundraising events. Age UK, the Silver Line is part of Age UK, has had to shut down its charity shops, so money is tough. So what I would say to anyone is, if you have been supporting any charity, please don't give up now because they need you more than ever.
Yes.
The other thing that's happening is we're losing volunteers because so many volunteers are 70 plus and so have to self-isolate. And I think this, I hope, will draw the national attention to the fact that 70 pluses are very crucial. They provide an amazing service right across the voluntary sector. So we will miss them.
Gosh, very, very important point. Now, this series is, or this feature is Pearls of Wisdom. And I'm just wondering, do you have a particular pearl or, you know, the greatest piece of advice that you've ever been given that has helped you in your life?
Well, there was a very interesting philosopher called Hillel, who lived some thousands of years ago. And he came up with, I think, what is a real pearl of wisdom, which is, if I am not for me, who will be? If I am only for me, what am I? If not now, when? And I think that really sums it up. You know, you've got to look after yourself in order to survive.
Yes.
So if I'm not for me, who will be? But if your only focus is on yourself, what does that make you? If I'm only for me, what am I? And then that great piece of advice, if not now, when?
Gosh, Hillel. I've never ever heard that. That you're absolutely right. It sort of sums it all up in a nutshell. And do you find then that that's been a sort of mantra for you in the incredible amount you've achieved in your life?
Well, I think it sums up the questions you have to ask yourself. Really, am I looking after myself properly in this lockdown? Am I eating properly? Am I taking exercise? Am I making sure I survive? Because survival is the crucial thing. If you don't survive, what can you do? But then you do need to think about others. And you do, even now when life is so restricted, suddenly, unpredictably restricted, if not now, when? So now is the time perhaps to declutter, or even more important, write your life story, or use this very interesting piece of technology, you know? I mean, it's changed over the years, but it's so important, and particularly to stay in touch with the young and the old. I think keep our voices going via the telephone. Stay in touch with each other. I think it's really crucial.
Absolutely. I'm trying to go through my address book and call people, even people I may not have spoken to for several months, and just send a little message, a little voicemail, or speak to them, or even just a text. And it does help towards that feeling of connectedness, which is crucial.
I think so. I think that's right. Mind you, some older people, I ring up and they say, now look, Esther, I've spoken to 14 people this morning, all of whom are saying, how are you surviving? I'm surviving.
Get off the phone. And
welcome.
And you mentioned decluttering. My bathroom cupboards are pristine, and my understairs cupboard is currently a work of art. It's never been that tidy.
I'm so impressed. I'm so impressed. And behind me, I mean, I hope you can't see the clutter, but there's clutter.
No, it doesn't look like there's clutter. Dame Esther, thank you so much for joining me today and giving us that very valuable, very insightful, incisive pearl of wisdom. Thank you so much. Take care.
Thank you.
Bye.